Somebody else.
Check, check, one, check. Hello? Check, check.
Oh, yes, it's on there. Just keep it.
Judah, please don't play with the microphone. All right. Yeah. Shabbat shalom, everybody.
Oh, let's try that again.
Shabbat shalom, everybody. It is so wonderful to see everyone's faces, to be here all together in 3 dimensions. Who knows what 3 dimensions? Oh, thanks, Mina. I actually already have one. Who knows what 3 dimensions means? Raise your hand if you know what 3 dimensions means. Philip, what? 3D. So great. What does 3D mean? Yes. Wait, shh. Yeah? Yeah, it's a whole big object. It's not just flat. It's yeah, it's a book instead of just a drawing of the book. So when we're on Zoom or on YouTube, how many dimensions are we in? 2. We are flat. We can see our picture. But when we're in person, how many dimensions are we in? 3. So it's good to see you in 3D, everybody. I know I saw some of you guys in 3D. Oh, well, if no one's on the Zoom, we can probably go ahead and turn this off. But anyway, when someone comes on Zoom, then you can turn it on so that we can see people. Oh, good. Anyway, yeah, we don't need to watch ourselves if no one's on Zoom. Anyway, so Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It is so great to be here all together tonight. Raise your hand if this is, well, actually, most of you guys raise your hand if you go to Smile School. If you go to Hebrew school here and Smile. Okay. So you guys have probably been back in this building pretty recently. But when I'm here on other Shabbatot where there aren't so many awesome kids, some of our grown-ups are coming back into the synagogue for the first time in like a year or 2 years. Raise your hand if this is your first time in more than 6 months coming into this synagogue. No, you've been here. Ava, yep, Frank, Michael, yep. Awesome. Well, let's say welcome back, and we're going to say a quick blessing. It's called the Shehechianu. It's something you say when you do something for the first time, either ever or for the first time in a long time. So let's sing it together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Shehechianu v'kimanu v'higianu lazman hazeh. Amen. So for those of you who haven't been here in quite some time, welcome back. It's lovely to see your faces. So we're going to open with a little bim bam. And Shelly, I just want to make sure everybody knows you, because Dave has not just changed into somebody new. This is actually a different person. So can everyone say hi, Shelly? This is Shelly. Now Shelly's going to say hi to you guys. So everyone say your name at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Hi, guys. Okay, Shelly, did you get that? Did you get all of them? Got all those names?
I did.
Oh, don't say it again. Everyone say your name one more time.
One more time.
Did you get all that?
Oh, yeah. I got
Okay,
them.
good.
I'll write them all down later.
All right. Let's do a little bim bam.
That's easier.
Bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bim. Chiri, biri, biri, bim. Bam, bim, 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 bam. Bim, 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 bam. Shabbat shalom. Hey! Shabbat shalom. Hey! Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Hey! Shabbat shalom. Hey! Shabbat, 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 Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, hey, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, Shalom, Shabbat, 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 Shalom. One more time on Bim. Oh no, that's good, that's good. Next time we'll do one round Bim. Because I have some very special friends who are in our Smile School Gone class, and their teacher, Maura McKenzie, and their madricha, Maura Sherry, who are gonna come up and help me lead part of today's service. So if you are in Mackenzie and Sherry's class, come on up. We're gonna get started with Ma Tovu. And in our Siddur, they're gonna be looking at their own very special prayer book that they use in their class. We're going to start Matovu at the very beginning. It would have been nice had I written down a page. Let's do page, I don't know, it's probably on page 8. Songs to welcome Shabbat, and if not, it's the beginning of the morning service. No, I totally didn't. I'm so sorry. We're on page 42. Page 42. You guys ready? Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Look at those beautiful tents they have over their heads. Mato. Who wants to join them in a tent of your own? Alecha Yaakov Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Let's sing it together one more time. Matovu. Ohalecha Yaakov Mishkenotecha Yisrael. Now, my friends, keep those tents up, because I notice that you guys could be showing me a tent, or you could be showing me something that has 3 corners. Echad, shtayim, shalosh, pinot. What else has shalosh pinot? What else has 3 corners? Yes, Ethan? Hamantashen. And why do Hamantashen have shalosh pinot, have 3 corners? Because they're a triangle. Why else? Haman's ears or Haman's hat. Very nice. So our Gan class is going to lead us next in a song, not just for Kabbalat Shabbat, getting ready for Shabbat, but for Purim, which is coming up in a week and a half. You guys ready? Shalosh pinot lakova Shelly. Shalosh pinot lo hayazeh Shelly. And Maura McKenzie's coming around with words. Hakova Shelly. Shalosh pinot lakova Shelly. Zehakova Shelly. Should we try that in English? Let's try it in English. My hat, it has 3 corners. 3 corners has my hat. And had it not 3 corners, it would not be my hat. Akova Shelly, Shalosh Pinot, Shalosh Pinot, Lakova Shelly, Ule Shalosh Pinot, Lo Hayazeh Hakova Shelly. Yesher Koach. Yes.
One thing that we found that we could do, we could go really fast.
Really fast?
Show them how we did it really fast.
Wait, is that okay? Let's do it. Is that okay with you? All right. Woo.
Ready?
Shalosh Pinot, Lo Hayazeh Lakova Shelly. Woo! That was awesome. Yesher Koach. You know, I feel warmed up and ready for Shabbat, don't you? I feel ready for Lecha Dodi, to bring in Shabbat together. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela. We're going to join together on page 9. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Yananai, 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 Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Yananai, 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 Penei Shabbat. Hey guys, over here. Adonai Echad, Ushemo Echad. Oh, let's see, came on. Tchila, Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Yananai, 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 Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Lecha Dodi, Likrat Kala, Yananai, 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 Penei Shabbat Nekabela. Yananai! Yananai, Yananai, Likrat Kala, Yananai. We face the entrance of the shul to greet the Shabbat bride, to bring in Shabbat. I want everyone to take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. Bring out anything that was not so fun during this week, any bad memories, any yucky moments, any times that you fell down and needed to get picked up again. And breathe in a new chance to not just rest, but to have an awesome, better week next week. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, gam besimcha uvetzola, hayayay, toch emunei am segula, boi chala, hey, lecha doki, likrat kala, yadadai, 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 Penei Shabbat Nekabela, lecha dodi, likrat kala, Penei Shabbat Nekabela. We should stay standing as our Kitah class leads us in the Baruch Hu. Baruch Hu is in our Siddur on page 10. You guys ready? Okay. Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach le'olam va'ed. You guys can go on and have a seat, and we can all be seated as we roll into dark. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Hooray, yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, choshech mipnei or. Get those rollers ready. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light. Night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei yom v'layla, golel or mipnei choshech, golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. One thing that is nice about the nighttime is that it gets really quiet, and at night we can hear. Oh, you want some help with that? Here, you're carrying a guitar. Let me help you. There you go. That at night when it gets really quiet, the quieter we get, the more sounds we're able to hear outside. What are some things we hear outside at night when we close our eyes, we close our voices, and we open our ears? Yeah. Crickets. Owls. What? The wind. Frogs. You can hear your parents going to the living room to like hang out after you go to bed? Yeah. If you get really quiet after bedtime, you might be able to hear that. That's true story. Yes. Your sister's snoring. All right, Ayla, what can you hear after you go to sleep that's annoying about your sister? Turnabout's fair play, Sammy. Oh, the secret's out, Sammy Medico. Yes. You can hear what? Your mom meowing? Your mom yelling, like, go to sleep. Just go to sleep. Yeah, what else? You can hear your nightlight? Oh, wait. Has anyone else heard this? You've gotten so quiet, you can sort of hear the buzz of electricity. Yeah. Oh, you can hear your mom and dad talking? Yeah. Because grown-ups are allowed to hang out too after kid bedtime. It happens. Yeah. What do you hear? The what? The crickets chirping. I feel like we just went full circle from crickets chirping to, I know there's so many more things. Let's put our hands down, though I already heard one from you. It was really good. So when we close our eyes and we open our ears for the Shema, we're not opening our ears to listen to nothing. We're not opening our ears to listen to silence. We're letting ourselves get really quiet and letting ourselves take a step back so that we can hear all the other things going on in the world. Because when we listen to all the other things going on in the world, it's kind of like listening to the heartbeat of the whole planet. It's kind of like listening to God, because there's a little piece of holiness, a little divine spark in all of us. And when we close our eyes and we open our ears and we listen to that heartbeat of the universe, we can hear maybe vibrating, maybe connecting everything, that little buzz that makes everything just one, not lots and lots of things, but just echad, one. So I want my friends in Kitah Gan to stand up in their seats, stand up right where you are sitting, my friends in Kitah Gan, to lead us in the Shema. Stand right in your seats, and in the first line of the Ve'ahavta, we'll all join in with you for the second line of the Ve'ahavta. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3. Shema Israel Adonai Eloheinu Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Bechol levacha ubechol nafshecha. Now let's all join in. Ve'hayu hadvarim ha'eleh asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta baham v'shivtecha b'veitecha u'v'lechtecha b'derech u'v'shochbecha u'v'kumecha u'kashartam leot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chetavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'sha'arecha. Page 22, I want to invite my friend Kitah Gan to come on back up again to lead us in Mi Chamocha. And I hear they have some awesome hand motions to teach us all. Mi Chamocha, page 22. You guys ready for that? I want to say a Shabbat Shalom to Bonnie and family who are joining us on Zoom tonight. Hey! Ready? Page 22. I'm learning these too. Michamocha ba'elim Adonai. Mikamocha, 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 Nedar Bakodesh. No Tehilot Oseh Beleh. Nora Tehilot Oseh Beleh. Yaida, yaida, da nine, yaida, yaida. Yai da da nai nai yai nai 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 yai da da nai nai hai ya nai nai 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 ya nai nai. Nice job. I think I learned some new hand motions that I've never ever learned before. You guys can go on and have a seat. Be careful with that cord. I hadn't considered the cord, the HDMI cable. I'm so sorry. One of the things they don't teach you in rabbinical school is to pay attention to where the HDMI cable on your bima is going to be. Yeah, never. Yes, boo-boo. Have a seat after the service. So we're going to turn, actually we're going to turn to the next page, page 23 for Hashki Venu, our prayer for the nighttime, where we slow it down, remind ourselves that even when it gets dark and the shadows get long and the lights go out, everything's gonna be all right. Hashenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Everything's gonna be all right. 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 Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Ashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu l'shalom, v'hamidenu malkeinu l'chaim. Since we're in that quiet, calm place, I want to invite everyone to stand up in body or in spirit for the Amidah, which we say silently in the nighttime. Amidah is on page 29 in our evening service, but a fuller version of the Amidah can be found on page 70 during the morning service. If any grown-ups want a little more Hebrew on the page. But in the evening, because it's said silently, we get a chance to not have to worry about reading words on a page, but to pray the exact prayer we need to pray, the prayer that's in our own heart. So take a couple minutes, quietly turn to your own silent prayer, your own wishes, your own thank yous, your own wows for our Shabbat Amidah. When you're all finished with your silent prayer, and take as long as you need, but when you're finished with your silent prayer, you can have a seat at your own pace. Then we'll all join together for our prayer for peace. Shalom bimroma, Ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Words are on page 30. Ve'imru, himru, amen. Take it away, David. Hey, da da nine, Shalom bimroma, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael. Oh, I think we got dancers. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, himru, amen. Hey, da da nine. Last time. on back to your seats. So that holiday that they were singing about the hat that has 3 corners that was worn by, boo! What's that holiday called? Purim, that's right. So some people might be familiar with the work of Dego's Studios. Dego's Studios, for those who are not familiar, David Zangwill has been creating for the past 2 years, a stop motion animation video, like Lego stop motion animation for each of the holidays as they come. And this season has taken it up a notch. They're like episodes in a season for each of the holidays where David asks his teddy bear, whose name is Doobie HaHesper, because Hesper means exclamation in Hebrew, and the bear. To explain things about the holidays. And so tonight we have the world premiere of Chag Hesper, episode, what are we, episode 7? Episode 6? Episode 6 or 7 for Purim. Hit it, Rich. Just hit the space bar, maybe. Space bar? Or the play button?
Hey, yo, what's up? My name is Doobie. If you want to know all about the holidays, all you gotta do is grab my hand, and I can take you to the learning land, and there my friends can tell you all you need to know for this show, 'cause I'm Doobie, the holiday explainer. I'm Doobie, the Hesper. Wow, that was fun! Oh, I wonder why we have carnivals. Hey, Doobie!
Wait, hold on. This is the wrong version. Hold on. Pause. Wait a minute.
Hey, there he is. Hi, so I was wondering, why do we celebrate so much on Purim? Okay, so in the Megillah, the Book of Esther, Haman wanted to wipe out all the Jews in Shushan. So, but then Mordecai and Esther stopped him. They busted him, and then they put him in a cage and drove him out of town. So then, now we celebrate that he was stopped, and we make noise with Prager, whenever we hear his name, and we eat triangle-shaped cookies called Hamantaschen. Thanks, but why do we dress up and have a carnival? Because we're celebrating! Just remember, if you have any questions about anything, ask your stuffed bear. I know everything.
Created by David, copyright Chag Hesper 2021, produced by Hadash, executive producer Lens, screenplay by David, visual effects supervisor David, costume designer David, lighting by David, animation supervisor David, sound editors David and Len, casting by David. David played by David, Doobie played by David, Haman played by David, Salad Boy played by David, Dress Up Guy played by David. Set designer David, cameraman David, director David. All rights reserved. We hope you enjoyed.
Dego's
Thanks
Studios
for
is a
watching.
very small
This
staff.
has been Chag Hesper, Season 1, Episode 7, Purim, created by Dego Studios.
Yes, Koa. David, that was awesome. Actually, you guys just saw the raw cut version. There's my finished Uber edited version will be going up on YouTube. So I get to add myself into the credits at the end of every one with pop-up information by Rabbi Alanna. So keep your eyes peeled as that appears on YouTube later this week. But one more time for the world premiere. And so Kitah Gan, I want you guys. Hello. Kitah Gan, I want you guys to come join me up here as we say Kiddush. Because when we say Kiddush, now you don't have to all, you can just come on down here. Because we can all see. You can. Or you can go all the way. But don't step on the remote control. There you go. So when we say Kiddush, We're blessing the day of Shabbat, but we don't just bless the day of Shabbat on its own. Come up too. Thank you. Because throughout the pandemic, Dina has gotten to be our kiddush helper from home, but now that we're back in person, she feels a little bit sad about being robbed of being kiddush helper. Sad face. But we don't just bless Shabbat without anything. We bless Shabbat while holding a glass filled almost all the way to the top. Some people actually go all the way to the top and set like held together with surface tension. But this one is almost all the way full. Yeah, almost all the way full. You guys can see. Of sweet wine or grape juice, because Shabbat should be filled with sweetness. So does anyone here have anything they're celebrating in their lives or anything extra sweet that they want to share? What do you have that's extra sweet in your life right now? Some candy is extra sweet in your life right now. Literally extra sweet, but that you feel sweet about. Yeah. Ooh, swimming, I love it. Oh, happy birthday. That's coming next. Yeah. Anything else, some sweetness to share? Yeah, Philip. You remember? What? Swim class. Last one. Oh, everything that's really, really sweet. We fill our glass with all that sweetness as we raise it up. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kishanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron lema'aseh v'reishit ki hu yom tefila lemikra kodesh zecher letziat mitzrayim yelenu karata ve'otanu kidashta la'avodatecha ve'shabbat kodshecha be'ahava u'ratzon hinchaltanu Baruch atah Adonai mekadesh Shabbat L'chaim. Tina, do you want to drink a little bit? L'chaim. Thank you. You guys can come on and have a seat. And so we're going to stand up, rise in body or in spirit on page 34 for Aleinu. Page 34. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol v'gedula leotzer breshit shenatan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'modim lifnei melech malchei hamlachim HaKadosh Baruch Hu Shehu Notei Shemayim v'Yosed Haaretz V'nemar v'haya Adonai v'melech al kol haaretz Bayom ha'hu Yehyeh Adonai echad U'shemo echad. We can be seated. In just a second, we're going to turn to page 36 for Mourner's Kaddish for Kaddish Yatom. It's a prayer we say on the anniversary of the day that someone who we loved very much died, who passed away, left this world. But saying Kaddish on the anniversary of someone's death is not the only way we remember people in our families who we love. One of the ways that we, especially as Jews and those of us who are of Ashkenazi Jewish heritage, remember sometimes people who have died in our lives that we've loved is by naming people after them. I want to ask, it's one of the things I like to do at a kids service, at a children's service, at our First Friday family service. Who here is named after someone who died before you were born? Yeah, that's awesome. Put your hands down. Raise your hand if you know at least one story about that person. Know at least one thing about them that maybe someone told you. Yeah. It's like you should, and if you're not raising your hand, then we have a story to say again. Yeah. Put your hands down. Raise your hand if you think it's kind of special that you get to be a person who passes along a name of someone into a next generation. Yeah. So tonight we mark the Yortzites, the anniversaries of the passing of the people whose names I'm about to read. But we also remember tonight, as we're all gathered for this Shabbat service together, the memories of all of the people who all of these people here who raise their hands carry with them, because that is so special. This week at Or Hadash, we mark the Yortzites. We mark the anniversaries of the passing of Eleanor Bell, mother of Barry Bell, Anna Greenberg Love, grandmother of Scott Love, Irma Mueller, mother of Carol Mueller Bell, Annabelle F. Lindy, mother of Alan, Elaine, and Frank Lindy, Sylvia Piper Friedman, grandmother of Lainey Moss, Marion Shapiro, mother of John Shapiro, Betty Schachner, mother of Sandy Malkin, and Rose Siegel, mother of Bert Siegel. We're also in a period of Shloshim, the month following the passing of Doris Krieger Vine, mother of Marlene Ross. And we're ending Shloshim today, the month following the passing of Willie Schneer, Shelly Quigley's brother. I want to invite mourners, those observing a Yortzeit, to rise in body or in spirit for Kaddish, along with all those whose tradition it is to rise for Kaddish. And if there's someone that you're saying mourners Kaddish for who wasn't on our list, or maybe someone you're thinking especially of tonight, I want to invite you to share their names too.
Grandma Brenda and Grandpa.
Hey, thanks, Grandma Brenda and Grandpa Irv. Nice. Your Saba Abe? Saba, Abba, and Grandpa Abe. Nice. Page 36, Mourner's Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabba. Be'alma divrach yirutei v'yamlich malchutei. V'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei dechol Beit Yisrael. V'agala u'vizman kariv v'imru. Yehei shmei Rabba mevorach le'olam u'lalmei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudsha brichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata. Tushbechata v'nechamata. Ta'amiran be'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imromav. Hu ya'aseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru. Amen. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be for a blessing. We can be seated. So I have been trying to figure out for the last, I don't know, about 23 months, how to get pencils through the computer screen. But luckily, this month I can say, where'd my birthday list go? That birthday pencils are back. So we are going to whoop it up with a very special Yom Hularet Sameach for all of our March birthdays this month. So I'm going to read under 18s and then significant. So, this month we are celebrating the birthdays of Juliana Claire, Kai Foster. Oh, I should have given him one before they had to leave for Aya's bedtime. Oh, bummer. Caleb Horn. Sherry Learn, Giselle Piper Ginsburg, Elizabeth Castro, Joseph Schimmer, Tess Wachtel. Did I miss anyone under 18? And Alexis Weissman is turning 25. Harry Ornstein is turning a number between 70 and 80. Craig Davis is turning 30. Ellie Rosenberg is turning some exciting whole number that I'm not going to read out loud. Michelle Ritterman is turning 40. June Freifelder is turning 30. Edith Lane will be 90 years old this month. Melissa Schiffman has a big birthday ending in a 0. And CJ Minica is turning 40 at the end of this month. So let's whoop it up for our amazing March birthdays. And if that is you, come on down and get your birthday pencil. Hayom Yom Huledet. Let's get the right. Sorry. Hayom Yom Huledet. Hayom Yom Huledet. Hayom Yom Huledet. Hayom Yom Huledet. Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. Chag lem sameach v'zeh lem poreach. Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. Chag lem sameach v'zeh lem poreach. Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. Hayom Yom Huledet. Hayom Yom Huledet. Hayom Yom Huledet lechaverim. So I want to give you guys a special birthday blessing. May the Holy One who blessed our ancestors, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Sarah, Rebecca, Rachel, and Leah, bless you who have birthdays in the month of March. March is the beginning of spring, the turning of the new season, the melting of the ice, the beginning of the poking through of those awesome, like green grass blades and crocuses and those early flowers of springtime. Just as we turn the corner from winter into spring, may you bring new light and new life to your families and everyone around you as we celebrate your birthdays, especially this year when we actually really get to celebrate your birthdays, because you guys have gotten robbed of 2 whole birthdays. And may you continue to give everybody the hope that the early spring brings, both the people who you know and the people who you'll come into contact with in just your regular daily lives. And let us say, Amen. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. And so we are going to call up our Kitah one more time as we close our service this morning with Psalm 150, Hallelujah. And then as they're coming up, did I say morning? Oh, our service this evening with Psalm 150, Hallelujah. It's true, it's mornings, it's Shacharit somewhere. It's the morning service somewhere. But I just want to give one quick message. First of all, I want to give a quick Yesher Koach, a huge job well done to Kitah. I want to give a big shout out to Shelly Quigley, Yesher Koach, on being our song leader again for the first time in person this spring. I know that there were a few this fall, but we're back now. We're all back. God willing, we'll stay back. I want to give a big thank you to David Zangwil, who was our madrich for Tot Shabbat, and also for his animation that he shared with us. After the service tonight, we all are going to agree on one door to use, because on our way out, we have cupcakes to grab on the way out. We're not quite at Kiddushes yet, and it broke my heart. And so Maura, Barbara, and I looked at each other and said, well, just because we can't eat Kiddush inside doesn't mean that we can't give everyone cupcakes and we can just schmooze outside and have cupcakes. It's not a real service until the Kiddush spills. So we're gonna agree that that door is the one we're gonna use? Okay, so Barry Minica knows that that's where the cupcakes are gonna be. Awesome. And lastly, I wanna mention that Purim is coming up. There are a lot of amazing things happening at Or Hadash. You should totally read HaKesher and find out, but I wanna highlight Purim that is happening a week from this coming Wednesday night. We are early loading the things that are of interest to the youngest, and late loading the things that are of interest to the oldest. So we're gonna start with the children's costume parade at 6:30. We are not serving pizza this year, but we are serving Hamantashen at the end. We will also have Hamantashen for the middle of Purim leavers. Don't worry. So starting at 6:30, costume parade with some prizes for those who come in costumes. Purim on Wednesday night, the 16th. The Purim Carnival is on the Sunday preceding Purim. So not this coming Sunday, but the Sunday after. It is going to be at KI, and we are co-Purim carnivaling with the synagogues of the Old York Road corridor. So it's gonna be a great time with Or Hadash, AJ, Beth Shalom, KI. It's gonna be an awesome extravaganza. I think that they have an early opening hour for preschool and pre-Kers, and also kids who just like need a little bit of a lesser sensory situation. So check the timing for that. And also, I know at Or Hadash we don't have a tradition of pre-registering for Purim carnivals, because that's not what we did when we did our own with Mishkan. But now that we're doing our own with Old York Road, there's actually a significant price break if you register ahead of time. It's like $10 if you pre-register, $20 if you don't. So do take a second and pre-register. I know that I will for my family, but it's gonna be a great time. And if you have a teenager that you're adjacent to, I'm sure they could use a few more Purim Carnival volunteers. So, David, answer. There is not an adult costume contest this year. Yes, so we will be awarding some special certificates for epic costumes, especially family costumes. The adult costume contest, because we're going to be hybrid and very much, and I imagine very much split between on-site and online, we are putting a hold on our adult costume contest until next year, so it's fair for all. But school-age folks have been a little bit more used to being in person for much longer now. So kid costume contest is totally kosher. All right. So let us end with Psalm 150, Hallelujah, led by our Gan. Are you guys ready? Echad, Shtein, Shalosh. Kol hanshama Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Kol hanshama Hallelujah, 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 Hallelujah. Kol hanshama Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Kol hanshama Hallelujah, Hallelujah, Hallelujah. Nice. Yes, Koa. Your instruments are amazing. Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom, and Shabbat shalom. Oh, Shabbat shalom and Shabbat shalom. We're gonna end with a very special hamotzi. We are not going to all touch someone who's touching the challah, but we are all going to extend our arms out towards one another, reach out for someone you love, so we're all braided together like the challah. Amotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread and cupcakes. Our voices rise in song together as our prayer is joyfully sung. Which do we do here? I don't even remember after all this time. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam amotzi lechem min haaretz v'tei avon Shabbat shalom, Shabbat shalom. And even though I'm not cutting birthday cake tonight, I am gonna go and be